building into your days these opportunities to like refresh, take a break, okay, back, focus, and then do it again. So I love it. I was like, I'm going to try this.
No, that's perfect. In a way, I kind of do it, but it's like snacks. I'm like, okay, snack break.
What is the perfect bite? That mix of flavors, textures, colors, and aromas that come together in one amazing amuse-bouche. Big ideas expressed in small bites. That's our podcast, a variety of inspiring topics to make your financial goals and dreams a reality.
Brought to you by Clark County Credit Union for your weekly serving of food reviews, financial education, and life hacks that your future self will appreciate. It's the perfect bite of interesting information to start your week. Welcome to episode 49 of The Perfect Bite. I'm Crystal Price.
And I'm Shannon Hiller. Let's dig in. We love trying new dishes here at The Perfect Bite, and today we're talking about a new Vegas restaurant, Ramen Aku. Next, we'll talk about the best ways to use a HELOC in today's environment. And finally, we'll share ways to make your work office better.
Each week here on The Perfect Bite, we'll visit a locally owned Southern Nevada restaurant that we hope will become your new favorite. This week, we're sharing a restaurant new to the valley in North Las Vegas called Ramen Aku. The night that I visited Ramen Aku was actually, coincidentally, their soft opening night. I didn't realize it.
How'd you find it?
We were just going out. It was my birthday night, and I don't know. My daughter was like, let's go to like some place that has ramen. So I was like, okay, well, it just popped up on my Google search that it was like right around the corner. So it's located Decatur and like the 215, kind of by the Walmart that's right there, that little shopping center, right next to one of our favorite franchises, Crunchies. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's right over there. Pulled up to the place and they had a sign out front saying, oh, soft opening today from like 1 p.m. to 9 p.m. or something like that. And it was really cool. It was very nice because it was their soft opening. I think they had like a full staff. Everybody was super friendly. One thing that I wasn't too sure about was what the aku meant, because like I knew ramen, but I was like, well, what is aku? Is that like a type of fish? Is this like a topping? Did some research, and it turns out that it is a type of fish. It's a Hawaiian fish. So Ramen Aku has the ramen dishes, of course, but is like nods to Japanese dishes, and then they've got their nods to Hawaiian dishes on their menu.
A little fusion.
Yeah, a little bit fusion. So what I ordered was the Crunch Aku Maki, and what that was like a jumbo sushi roll. They had a picture of it in the menu. When I actually got the roll, literally jumbo, like it was
huge.
Yeah, like imagine like a burger size roll. It was good, but it was almost like a little bit just like a little bit too much seaweed. I haven't had it in that quantity before, but it was a really good price. I think $3.50 for the sushi roll. Then I got a ramen bowl, which was the shoyu ramen, and it came with chashu. I think I'm saying that right. It's pork belly. That was the only type of meat that they offered because it was their opening night. They didn't have a full menu, so hopefully if you go back, they do have other choices, but I got the chashu. It came with tamango, which is a soft boiled egg, bean sprouts, bamboo shoots, green onions, and seaweed, and that was about $13. You can add additional toppings like corn or tofu, but honestly, like a lot of the things that I would have added were already included with like the bean sprouts and the bamboo shoots, things like that. So those are included, but you can add the extras. And then I had a small order of the crispy chicken, which I shared with my kids, and it was super good. So when I come back, I definitely want to order the furikake chicken. This is supposedly Hawaii's best fried garlic chicken. Again, like you mentioned, it's like sounds a Hawaii Japanese fusion. Yeah, so it's fried chicken dipped in a garlicky shoyu-based sauce. One thing that I'd recommend if you do decide to go check out Ramen Aku is to have a little patience with the staff. Like I mentioned, when I went, this was in early January, it was their soft open, so they didn't have a full menu, only pork. I did read some comments on Yelp leading up to today's podcast episode, and they did comment that they were working on getting additional items onto their menu, so have a little patience if they don't have everything that's listed. But overall, it was a very good experience. I will definitely be back. If you yourself have a recommendation or a restaurant for us to try here at The Perfect Bite, send us a message to theperfectbite@ccculv.com. We're always open to new ideas. Next up, Shannon is going to provide a way to manage those high interest bills you may have with a lower interest alternative.
So some of us, myself included, maybe spend a little bit more than they plan to this holiday season, or maybe you're even anticipating a tax bill this year. Now is the perfect time to evaluate your monthly expenses and find ways to trim your budget so you can pay those upcoming bills. One thing that many of our members have done recently is to look to the built-in equity in their home to pull out money to pay those bills. We've seen a lot of our home values increase, I think that that's a smart thing to do right now is to get a HELOC. When you have your home with built-up equity, the home equity line of credit, or HELOC, is a convenient, low-cost way to help consolidate debt, like we mentioned, pay off taxes, or even start a home renovation. Have you gotten a HELOC before, Crystal?
I haven't, but I've definitely considered it, especially because it's a low interest rate option. Mm-hmm. And there's a lot of projects at my house that I would like to kind of get started and help have my house pay for that. So not yet.
Yeah. The cool thing about a HELOC is you can get approved for an amount, but you don't have to spend it all at once. You can draw on it when you need it. And so our CFO recommended that everyone who can get a HELOC just so they have that available, because you never know. There could be a major emergency, loss of job, things like that. And then you just know you have that kind of at your disposal if you need it. So good advice from a wise CPA that we can pass on.
I would agree.
So some of the benefits, getting a HELOC can be consolidating debt, because you might have a bunch of different credit cards or personal loans, and those tend to have pretty high, even like in the 20s percentage rate for those debts. And you can get a HELOC, roll it all into one payment, much easier to manage and track, much lower rate as well, because it's secured by your home.
Yeah.
So you're going to get a better rate there.
So still make your payments, but pay less interest.
And just like one payment to manage, I think is really nice too, to just think about, okay, I'm going to make that payment, I'm done. Mm-hmm. We've had a lot of our members consolidate debt and really improve the cash flow for their monthly finances. You can also reduce your expenses over a longer period because you're saving on interest. And then, like I mentioned, you'll just have better handle on the cash that's coming in and out into your account. Another benefit of getting a HELOC with CCCU is we have a 15-year term with a 5-year draw period. No prepayment penalties, no application fees, and no origination fee if it is your primary residence. So I think if you're just looking around this new year, thinking about how to make your finances a little more streamlined and also pay off some debt, consider getting a HELOC and tapping into your home's equity. It could really be a great solution. We also have a free HELOC calculator to help you run these what-if scenarios at ccculv.org. Now let's take a break to hear from our sponsor.
Clark County Credit Union members have received more than $73 million in bonus dividends since 2001 just for using the credit union services they need every day. Since CCCU is owned by our account holders, they earn the dividend, not shareholders. This year, we returned a $2.6 million bonus dividend to members with auto loans, credit cards, and checking accounts. Open an account today and start earning your own bonus dividend. Funds privately insured by American Share Insurance.
Next up is our Future Self segment inspired by the Happiness Project. Through the pandemic, many of us adapted to working from home. Now, as many offices are beginning to repopulate with hybrid work schedules, a lot of us are trying to readjust. While office numbers may never return again to pre-pandemic levels, physical office space remains a part of the way that many companies do their business. I know for us, Shannon, we were, and kind of still are, hybrid. Working from home, we were 100% work from home employees. We kind of gradually went back into the office. Now our office is under construction. So again, we're kind of more work from home. But it has been an adjustment, and getting those spaces at home or even in the office have been, I think, really important to kind of my mood for the day. What do you think?
Yeah, I love the hybrid schedule, actually. I would love to keep that forever. But I do feel like the environment really does affect your productivity. Mm-hmm. So maybe I'm at home and there's some clutter that's distracting me as I, go get a drink of water or whatever. I almost want to clean that up. So same with like at the office, we've had this construction. It's been different, you have to like adapt to it. So yeah, having a space that feels clean, airy, not having clutter, I think that really helps me. It's like outer order, inner calm. I think that's how you say it.
Yeah. Well, if you are having a hard time adjusting to a hybrid work or returning to the office in general, we were able to research and we went to fastcompany.com. They recently published an article on 4 ways to make your office better for 2023. We're going to share a couple of those and then give you some other ideas to help make your office cozier. So the first one on their list was to make this the year of the custom office. Okay. So think customized, think personalized. You want something that's going to actually speak to you, something that's going to talk your language. And I think a lot of people will respond to that by more readily having like a kind of a theme to their environment. I know like when I had my office, I had kind of like nature. So I had some fake plants in there. My mouse pad was like one of those elongated ones where I had florals and things like that. I had some fake flowers in the room. Like that was my vibe. That was my theme for the office. Those little things can go a long way to kind of making it customized and personalized to you. So think, what is your happy place and what can you do to your office space to make it your own? The next thing on the list is to give your space a wellness makeover. Now, some companies are adjusting space ratios of assigned to shared seatings, amenities, hybrid work from home environments to reflect their evolving culture. I know at the credit union, we now have some, what do they call it, hoteling spaces. So yeah, we didn't have that before, but now we realize some people are not going to be there every day, but on occasion they need to come in and they're going to need a location to work. So we've made those adjustments. Even things that are like, required by law, having a mother's room. Is that what those are called?
Yep.
A mother's room. We've did like a revamp on our little balcony area. It's not open yet, I don't think, but I kind of saw them getting prepared. I'm like, ooh, I want to go out there. I want to go have lunch out there. So having this culture of like wellness will also help with your overall feelings when you come into the office. Having access to fresh air, having access to daylight. So do you have windows or is there a window close by? Things like that will help with your mood to get a better work experience.
Do you remember on one of our previous episodes, I can't remember which one now, we'll reference it, but we talked about different work styles, and one was the Pomodoro method where you work for 20 minutes at a time. I've actually been looking more into it because I feel very distracted. Like when an email pops up, I'm like, ooh, let me address this immediately. And then oh my gosh, I didn't finish this other thing. And then I'm back to that thing. And then another email pops up. And so anyway, this method is you set a timer for 20 minutes and you just work on that thing that you're working on. And you
need to reference this.
Yeah, you do not open another email. You do not look at anything else. Like finish that article that we're writing or finish that report or whatever you're doing. And then the Pomodoro method says take a short break after that. So you're going to get up, you're going to walk out, you're going to go to that balcony, you're going to breathe some fresh air, look at the mountains, and then you're going to come back inside. And then after you do, I think they said 4 or 5 of those, you take a longer break. And so it's like building into your days these opportunities to like refresh, take a break, okay, back, focus, and then do it again. So I was like, I'm going to try this.
No, that's perfect. In a way, I kind of do it, but it's like snacks. I'm like, okay, snack break.
You should name that method and then get rich off of it, Crystal.
Crystal snack time.
Oh, I love it.
Well, in addition to snack time or just, getting fresh air time, we've got some... Here are some other ways to improve your workspace. So this first one is to look straight ahead at your monitors. A lot of us are probably, be working on laptops. They're a lot lower on desks. So if you can elevate that so that you're looking straight ahead, this will help with your posture. But also you can help avoid getting like neck pain, shoulder stiffness, middle back problems, any other kind of things that may be associated with just like bad posture in general. So elevate your monitors so you're looking straight ahead.
So I've been working from home for 3 years off and on now, and I was using stacked up books and reams of paper under my laptop, and only just in the last 2 months did I actually get a
lift.
Yes, to set my laptop on, and then I can put stuff under it, and I just something that little that just really, why didn't I do this earlier?
Yeah.
It's so much easier.
And then you can put your notepads under there or your pens, Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
Freed up a lot of
so
space
it's little
on my
things
desk.
like that, right? Another thing is even getting a better chair, which I can agree. They actually recommended avoiding the chairs with the armrests on the side, because you can get in the habit of like slouching over to the one side.
Leaning, yeah.
So getting a chair that will kind of force you to sit up.
Yes, up
we both sat up. that will help you avoid hunching over, which can give you a stronger core muscles and avoid body aches. And then another thing, trying an active footrest. So an active footrest is a bench, I guess you can put your feet on and move it so that you're not...
Yeah, I've seen one that's like a bicycle.
Yes.
Right?
You can get one of those bicycle ones. Another recommendation was even getting a treadmill desk. Mm-hmm. I don't know if I can keep up with that, typing and phone
Maybe
calls,
it's really
meetings.
Slow. I don't know how fast it is.
Yeah, 1 mile per hour. But that would be fun. And then keeping things organized, like you mentioned, avoiding a junk drawer. I know for a while I did have like a junk drawer. It was like random like letters or postcards, pens, swags that I would get like at events. I would just kind of throw it in this drawer. Avoid that. So if you need it, keep it. If you don't, toss it. That will help you have a better workstation. Give yourself space to move around if possible. So that kind of ties into your, take a break, get up and do something. This recommended doing a stretch for 5 to 10 minutes every hour. So that's another option. And then another thing is to fill your space with personal aesthetics by hanging prints, maybe bringing in a lamp from home, adding color, adding fake or real plants, kind of like what I mentioned before, plants or flowers, things like that, just to really make the space your own. So getting the most out of your workspace requires experimentation and a dash of creativity, but it makes the world a difference. Even in the plainest office cubicle, make an effort to feel comfortable both physically and mentally, and this will increase your productivity as well as boost your confidence and make you feel more at home in the process. We want to hear from you. Send us your financial questions or money topics that you'd like to learn more about, and don't forget any fun local food recommendations. Our email is theperfectbite@ccculv.com.
Thank you for listening to this week's episode, brought to you by Clark County Credit Union. For additional money management tips and financial calculators, check out our website at ccculv.org. Now that was The Perfect Bite.